What's up, everyone? Come on in today, you guys. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and I'm very excited to be here with you today. I'm Coach Danita, Master Trainer, excited to be here with you all. So, I want you to find that comment button right now because what we're going to do is engaging with each other. My favorite thing is to be able to actually share those booty bucks that you can redeem and use for the store later. So, come on in. If you're watching this live, go ahead and comment live. And if you're watching this replay, comment replay. Also, tell us where you're from. So, I am from southern Utah. If you guys know where St. George is, that's kind of like that Zion National Park, Grand Canyon, Lake Powell kind of area. That's where I'm from. So, welcome in and find that comment button. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm really excited to jump into how I struggled for 10 years with my weight loss journey. Really, I was trying to sculpt and tone, but I was following the weight loss ways. And so, really, I'm excited to jump in here and kind of like explain some of those things that we can be doing wrong in our fitness journey and how we can start to flip the script and start to actually see better results. You ready for this? Oh, what's up? What's up? I got my queen in here. Love it. So find that comment button right down below so we can know who's on here tonight. So my name is Master Coach Danita. What's up, everyone? And I am from St. George, Utah. I lived in San Diego for quite some time, and now I'm back in Utah. So where are you guys right now? As we're going to be on here for probably about, I would say 15, 20, maybe max 30 minutes tonight, going over your goals. All right, so find that comment button somewhere around this screen and hit that comment button because those that are responding are going to get those booty bucks tonight, okay? You could use them for protein powder, you could use them for barbells, dumbbells, booty bands, or you could use them towards like the fitness app that we have, or one-on-one coaching. All right, we got California up in the house. What's up? What's up? All right, let's get started. So, definitely my biggest thing that I struggled with for 10 years is just like trying to lose weight, but then also was trying to sculpt and tone and was kind of like not really knowing the difference between the two. And it really kind of kept me in a spiral. And I see this a lot with women that are over the age of 40 that they're just kind of spiraling. They're just feeling like, man, it's just so hard to lose weight. But I'm noticing they're doing it the wrong way, the incorrect way. And we're going to learn that tonight. And so find that comment button. Oh, we got Texas in the house. Oh my gosh, you know what? That's on my bucket list to go to Texas. Love Texas. We got Maryland in the house. What's up, Maryland? Super cool. I bet your summer right now is probably just amazing. Chicago. I heard your food's over amazing in Chicago. Way cool. All right, so now that you're finding that comment button, all right, let's have some fun with it. Let's start to learn a little bit more about you guys. I want to know more about you guys and what your goals are, what you're trying to achieve. And if we can learn one thing on today's interview with your podcast, or what is this, live, if we can learn one thing today on the live, accomplished. We've made it. We're good. Because for me, that struggle of 10 years, I wish somebody would have come on and said, hey girls, let me show you the right way. Stop struggling. It really doesn't have to struggle. And you know that deep down. Like it does not have to be so difficult. All right, so for those that are just jumping on, find that comment button and let's dive into it. So what I really like to go is toss the scale. Who, by the raise of hands, wants to toss that scale? Oh man, I can talk about all the downward spirals that I've been through in my life for about 10 years of really struggling with that scale. So we're going to learn a little bit more about you and what your goals are though. So what is your goal? So find that comment button. I want you to tell me, is it weight loss or is it fat loss? So really just kind of think right now, are you wanting to lose that like 15 pounds? Are you looking to lose like well over 50 pounds? Is your goal just to run around with your kids, just kind of feel more energy? Is it just to kind of like walk upstairs and not feel out of breath? Or is it to like fit into that bikini or those clothes different? Right? So find the comment button and just let me know. What are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish? I would say back in my 20s, for me, it was that I would put on jeans. I don't know if you guys remember this, but like back in the 90s, back in like that era where it was like low rise was a thing. wearing low-rise jeans and then just having my like stomach, the love handles hanging over the jeans was like my biggest goal. I wanted to just not have that like muffin top look anymore. I was over it. So that was my main goal that I was trying to achieve. Ooh, was I doing it wrong? All right, we got a goal here to lose fat, build muscle, and feel better about how I look. Yep. Goal is to get a firmer booty because it's flat. Yeah, I wonder if that's from weight loss or if that's just genetics that you naturally have a smaller booty. Let me know. All right, so find that comment button. For those that just told me their goals, you got a booty buck. So just go ahead and start tallying up. So maybe grab a pen and paper because off to the side, I just want you to tally up all your booty bucks with us tonight, okay? All right, so we got lose fat, build muscle, feel better about how you look, and then also we have another goal of firmer booty because it's flat. All right, we got some more. Fat loss, build muscle, fit into my clothes better. Yep. She goes, ready to tone. I'm loving it. That's right. All right, we have another one, ready to lose fat and weight, or lose weight and fat, and then tone and sculpt to have more energy. Yeah, awesome. For those that just commented your goals, you all get a booty buck. The other one, I don't think it's genetics. I think it's because of lack of protein and hormones. About the booty that I was asking you earlier. Got it. Cool. All right, so find that comment button and again, let us know what your goals are. Okay, so now that we are kind of understanding the difference between weight loss or fat loss, whatever you commented there. So weight loss is what we generally hear is you want to be a certain number on a scale. And that was me in my 20s. I remember I was looking at other girls and I would see their weight, or maybe it was like the weight that I liked myself at. So I was always kind of going back to a number or comparing myself to somebody else with a number. And that was how I was imagining my goals, was doing that. Kind of weird, but that's what we do, right? Next one is if you want weight loss, then you're wanting to be light when someone picks you up. So not as much how you look. Weight loss is more about just the actual weight itself, right? So it's kind of like you could look not that good, but maybe you're hitting your goals, right? The next is you're okay to be soft, skinny. Ooh, I've had that, and that's the love handles hanging over the pants. You just don't really feel firm and tight. The next one is you're okay with less energy, less control, because weight loss is just not an accurate measure of health. And man, by the raise of hands, can you like totally feel that is so true, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so now let's go over to fat loss. For those that said fat loss tonight, okay, you're wanting more toned definition and more sculpted. You want to be more stronger. You want your clothes to fit better. You want to have more energy. You want to have more control over your weight and how you look and feel. Now it's starting to actually make sense, does it not? Maybe we've been following weight loss programs, appetite suppressants, fat burning pills, all these things that are just like part of the weight loss world, when really our goal this whole time has been fat loss. So I have a question for you that are all right now. When we're in weight loss, what are the 4 things? I'm looking for 4 things that we're losing in weight loss. Because it's weight. Can be a conglomerate of things. What do you think those are? Find the comment button, let me know. What do you think we're losing with weight? What are those 4 things? Can we take an idea, take a wild guess? When we're losing weight, what are those 4 things? The top 3 people that get it are going to get 5 booty bucks. You guys ready for this? All right, I got a couple comments here. Anybody else last? Put in your comment here down below. What are we losing with weight loss? This is very important to know. Energy or sugar levels, muscle and water, like that. Okay, so that's definitely a booty buck right there. When you're losing muscle or water, yes, that's one. Here's one. Oh, you've seen my lives before. Muscle, water, fat, and your sanity. Yeah, wow, you got 5 booty bucks right there. That's it. That is it. So that's the 4 things that we're losing, you guys. In weight loss, we can be losing our muscle, water, fat. You can actually be losing bone density as well. And of course, your sanity. So there's technically 5, but that was pretty fun just to go through the 4. So great job. For whoever guessed those 4 right there, you are a winner for 5 booty bucks already. Okay, so let's go ahead and get now into what really the difference between weight loss and fat loss. And this is the really shocking thing that I wish somebody would have told me, is they actually clash. Weight loss and fat loss are actually the opposite goals, and they're colliding when trying to reach your results. That's freaking scary, because I spent a whole freaking decade of just struggling. So really, what is the difference? And this to me is just mind-blowing. And why this is just so educational for women, especially over 40, it's mind-blowing. If you're like trying to eat less, move more, which doctors are telling us to do that, that's just the weight loss belief. But let's go into it. So weight loss, what's the difference? We're eating less, counting calories. We're told to move more, count our daily steps. We're constantly weighing ourselves. We're just looking at that one number on the scale. We're skipping meals, restrictive fad diets, yo-yo weight gain, water weight, fat storage mode, cravings, that starve binge yo-yo cycle, the lack of confidence, hiding in photos, lack of knowledge, lack of energy. Hormones go really out of whack with weight loss. Loss of strength, and also there's been a couple others that have been coming up with weight loss too, is that your clothes don't fit good. Have you guys noticed that? Like some people will actually like lose a bunch of weight, but they're like, whoa, this doesn't look so hot. My butt is gone, my curves are gone. It's kind of a soft, skinny look. All right. So that's weight loss. That's a whole separate category, okay? Fat loss is opposite. You guys check this out how different they are. Eating more, you're balancing macros. So you're focusing on macros, not calories. You're focusing on resistance, not cardio. You're focusing on your inches, not your weight. Your clothes will start to fit better. You have to plan because you're going to be eating a lot more, which makes it so you have less cravings. You'll also get more energy because you're eating more. You're going to have more control, more knowledge, a total different sense of food freedom. What does that mean? Like, it means like you can eat. There's no restrictions. You just know your macro amount to be able to get you to your goals, which allows you to freely eat what you want to eat, but you just do it in like the parts that you know you should. Improved sleep, improved confidence, improved self-image, improved strength, improved hormones, improved concentration, and improved bone density. So you guys, I tripped up on fat loss, because I was going after the bone density part because osteoporosis runs in my family. I had no idea what I was falling into when I was going into this whole other realm of it. Boy, am I glad that I went this direction. Okay, so now that we know that, I want to ask you, what was something that you are kind of having this aha moment? Like, is there a difference now that you're starting to see that like they're different goals and they're starting to clash? What is it that you're seeing? Like one is like eating less, the other one's eating more. Like what was that kind of aha moment for you tonight? So find that comment button, let me know. This one, I love this one. No wonder the confusion. Oh man. My most favorite thing is jumping on coaching calls and just being able to like have that clarity with women of just being like, toss the confusion out the window now. Like really it needs to be simple. So all the things of like dairy-free, keto, intermittent fasting, like you guys know that there's just going to be another one that's going to come around the corner. Like you guys know it. Like if it's not a shot, if it's not a pill, if it's not a sucker, if it's not a cream, if it's not, like it literally is like this ever revolving door of weight loss that the weight loss industry, I don't know, I'm actually going to ask you guys, how much is the weight loss industry, what is its value right now? What is it worth? Like what is that amount that the weight loss industry is making off of us women? Do you guys know that answer? If you can guess this answer, I'm giving 5 booty bucks away for this. That's a good aha moment. I like that you said Fat loss could be calorie burning and weight loss could be losing body fat. The smaller portions, eating more, eating less in smaller portions. Yeah, girl. Yeah. So what do you think the weight loss industry is valued at, you guys? Do you guys know? Yeah, eat more to lose more. That's not what we've been taught. Even our doctors, you guys, are telling us to eat less, move more. Oh my gosh. Like our doctors are even outdated. Isn't that so sad? Like it's so sad when you get to a point where you're like, I'm smarter than my doctor. What's going on right now? They're really educated in pharmaceutical, but why aren't they telling us what the difference of weight loss versus fat loss is? Why are they telling us to lose weight? They're like, yeah, lose weight and then your knees will be fine. Well, wait a minute. Why are we having a lot of confusion with this? All right, so nobody knows the value of the weight loss industry, so I'm going to go ahead and announce it. So weight loss industry is valued around $80 billion, you guys. No wonder why it constantly keeps coming out with things that are confusing, right? It's super confusing. Okay, so my question I then have for you is, so if there's this weight loss that we know is no longer working, we've tried it all. I mean, raise your hand. Have you tried weight loss? Woo, I have. It hasn't worked. Okay, so then why not? Why is it not? So after 30 years young, we are losing about 3 to 5% of our muscle mass every decade, right? That's if we're lucky. There's a lot of factors that go into that, and we'll go into that in a moment. Weight loss is actually slowing down your metabolism. We also know that 95% of people are unsuccessful with their weight loss journey and gain the weight back plus more. No wonder why it's an $80 billion weight loss industry with very low success rates that has women stuck shrinking themselves physically and emotionally for life. So have you guys been on this roller coaster, this downward spiral of eating less, moving more, jumping on the newest trends, counting calories, weighing yourself, skipping meals, and your outcome is you're not seeing results, you have a lack of energy, stressed and overwhelmed, confused about nutrition, lost motivation, not consistent, and not having a total understanding of food and workouts. If you can relate to that, let me know. Because that was me for 10 years in that downward spiral. And I honestly got to a point in my life that I was like, you know what? It's got to be my genetics. I'm just broken. It works for everybody else, but it doesn't work for me because I'm broken. It's my genetics. I literally thought there was something wrong inside of my genetics. And then, if it wasn't that, I thought, well, maybe it's just because I'm getting older. Maybe this is just what age looks like. And I started to just accept that. At the age of 25 years of age, I was willing to accept, well, I guess this is just how it's going to be. And that's so scary that you get to that point where you just feel like you're broken. Okay, so real talk. So let me ask you, I got a couple questions here for you. Let's see what you guys, if you're able to pick that up. So about every decade after 30, we're losing muscle mass. What percentage of muscle mass are we losing? Let's see if you're listening. And why this plays a big part into this weight loss versus fat loss. What percentage of muscle mass are we losing every decade after the age of 30? Wait a minute. Are you telling me that I had the most lean muscle in my 20s? Good job. If you said anywhere from 3 to 10%, you get 5 booty bucks. All right, so good job. Anywhere from 3 to 5, or it could even be up to 10%. Let's actually find out how that is, okay? All right, so what is happening with our bodies? This is so important to be educated. So after the age of 30, on average, women are losing about 3 to 5% of their lean muscle mass every decade. And that's if they're lucky. But the problem is, is if we're not doing strength and resistance training, let's say we're just doing a bunch of cardio isn't building our lean muscle. It's just burning calories. And that calorie, that fuel, can actually be pulling from muscle or fat or both. And so it doesn't help build back that lean muscle. So that could be closer to 5 or 6%. And then what if we are dieting, you guys? How many of us are dieting? How many of us are skipping meals, skipping those snacks, going on restrictions, trying all the latest fads, trying keto, trying the calorie deficits, trying the sugar-free, trying the paleos, trying the ketos, all the things. And if we're not getting in enough protein, it's likely that protein deficiency can be actually breaking down our muscle mass as well. So we could be up, I've actually spoke to women that are just deteriorating this muscle. But I want to get real serious now. So what is muscle? Let's find out. So the question I have for you is it possible that over the age of 30, we can speed our metabolisms? We know it's slowing down. We all know that. But is it possible we can speed it back up? Yes or no? Is it possible we can speed our metabolisms back up? It's a good question. I've had a lot of women get confused on this one. If you answered no, you get minus a booty buck. I've never done that one before. If you answered you cannot speed your metabolism up, I'm going to take a booty buck away from you. If you answered yes, I'm going to give you a booty buck, okay? So yes, the answer is yes. For those that commented yes, we can speed our metabolism up. Okay, so now the question I have for you is, well, what is the metabolism then? If we can speed the metabolism up, what is it? How is it directly correlated with our body? What in our body speeds or slows down the metabolism? Again, I said, if you learn anything on just one thing on today's live, I will consider it as a success. We got some fast commenters over here. I like it. If you haven't found the comment button, you guys, we're getting booty butts today on today's call. Ooh, why are you guys so smart? I feel like I need to do this in a foreign Facebook group because all of you guys are so smart. Okay, you're right. Muscle is what directly correlates with the metabolism that's speeding it up or slowing it down. So what we see is you can actually have a body recomposition scale. And if your muscle mass is going up, what you're going to see is the fat percentage starts going down. That is the sculpting and toning that we've not been taught. We've just been taught to lose weight. So what are we doing? We're dieting and we're doing a bunch of cardio, which can be burning our muscle, which is our metabolism. Are we having an aha moment yet? This was my breakthrough, and I was about 30 until I figured this out. My whole life then shifted after that. So now I'm creeping in my 40s, and it feels so good to have that control. Feels so good. Pretty cool, huh? So yes, muscle. So the time that we had the most muscle mass on our body, most likely, is about 20. So in order to get back to our 20-year-olds, so many of us women are like, bring me back to my 20-year-old body. Bring me back to my 20-year-old metabolism. And is it possible? Yes, it is. We just got to build back that lean muscle. So we are going to have to redo or repair any of the dieting and all the deterioration of our muscle that we've been doing for the last several years or decades. Because we've been taught wrong. Isn't this such an aha moment for me? Okay, so is it possible we can speed it back up? Absolutely. All right, so let's actually look into all the areas that actually can be breaking down muscle. So let's go, it was right here. All right, so if we're aging, we can be losing muscle. If we're dieting, if we're not getting good sleep, because muscle is actually built in our deepest sleep. If we're drinking excessive amounts of alcohol, if we're only doing steady state cardio, so if we're gravitating towards that treadmill and the bicycle all the time, could that be burning our muscle mass? Oh my gosh. If we're constantly living our life in stress and cortisol, and then if we're sedentary, so a sit down job, or perhaps we got injured. So all of these areas can be deteriorating our muscles. All right, so is it possible? Can we reverse it? The answer is absolutely yes. So other programs, you guys, is they go after what's called immediate gratification. Yeah, you might lose 5 or 10 pounds in a few weeks, sure, but you're gonna gain it back is the secret. And I don't think it's even a secret. I think you actually kind of know at this point. A lot of us start to, what's the definition of insanity? Constantly doing something over and over, expecting a different result. At some point, we just go, it's not working. The starving yourself isn't working. If it really is eating less, moving more, I think we'd all be skinny. Right? So what we see with other programs is, yeah, go ahead and go on those juice cleanses or those appetite suppressant suckers or even these shots, right? But what we have found, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but there's a couple things. So one, Jenny Craig shutting their doors. Why? Because they went fast towards the supplement side, towards the weight loss side. Go ahead and take a look at The Biggest Loser. They've already closed down. They're shutting their doors. Why? They never aired again. Not because of the celebrity fitness trainer, but because the contestants said, I gained the weight back plus more, shut this show down, it does not work. If that's not an indication that weight loss doesn't work, why is nobody telling us this? So, how are we different? So booty bands and barbells, what we do is we focus on rebuilding back that lean muscle through a couple strategies. 1, we have the workouts. 2, we have the nutrition. And 3 is the mindset. It's really hard to unlearn all the things that have been conditioned inside of us for decades. And it wasn't until I got a coach that said, it's time to change. It's time to unlearn all this past stuff. All right, so for those who are ready, they're ready to sculpt and tone. They're ready to lose weight, but the correct weight. They're ready to take down the fat. If you're looking for a coach, if you're looking to really jump on a program that works, I want you to comment I'm in down below. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump on a call and just see where your protein is at. We're going to see where your workouts are at, and we're going to see where your body fat and your muscle mass percentage are. What we want to see is, are you speeding your metabolism or is it slowing down? There's a lot of factors that go into play, and so having a coach being able to support you with that will be great. So go ahead and comment I'm in if you are very interested to connect with a coach and see what we can do to help you and support you to reaching your goals. So you might ask yourself, well, what's the next steps? So here at Booty Bands and Barbells, you can tell obviously the name. Booty Bands, resistance training, and barbells, lifting weights. See why we're different. See why we care about you building back that metabolism. We've never once put out a fat burning pill. We've never once photoshopped any of our photos. We've never once put out false information just for material gain. We are here for our members. We are here for you that's listening right now. If you're going through your cycle and you're just fighting against this weight and you're feeling like you're broken, real talk, you're not. You've never been broken. You never are broken. It's not your age. It's not your genetics. It's not your fitness level. I can prove to you that you can cut this fat and truly get to sculpting and toning. Now, a few of you mentioned you wanted a booty. Different factors with that. That's different types of training. So if we're trying to get a booty, but we're doing a bunch of cardio or a bunch of high repetitions, maybe we need to look at our training. A lot of us are doing endurance type of training and we're not doing the correct amount of training. So we're working harder, not smarter. So if you need a one-on-one accountability coach that's going to guide you through this process and hold your hand with daily text and weekly phone calls, then we can go through that, find out where you're at with your mindset, where you're at with your journey, and find those solutions together, okay? So comment I'm in down below, and now let's go ahead and open it up for a live Q&A. If any of you have questions, I'm going to go ahead and jump on and answer those questions. I had a great question earlier that talked about, let's see if I can remember some of her questions. I think I wrote it down. She asked, can 15 minutes really make a difference? And here's my answer to her. I said, well, one, are you consistent? And she goes, no. So I was like, all right. So if you're not consistent, even with your hour-long workouts, but let's say with 15 minutes, you can be consistent, you think we're getting somewhere? So a lot of us kind of go into these extremes of like perfection over progress. So that's our biggest motto here at Booty Bands and Barbells is progress over perfection. Stop looking at these extreme ways of looking at it and start just taking that first step. Cool? Okay. So how do you factor in the hormonal perimenopause aspect to fat loss and muscle growth? Yeah, that's a great question. So a lot of our nutrition can be really affecting our hormones. A lot of just not even having the right doctor with putting you on the right hormones. So what I've found is there's a lot of doctors that just don't understand female hormones. And what happens is if they aren't balanced correctly, they have either too much estrogen or too much progesterone, then what happens is it can really create that stagnant part. And so it's kind of a full scope. What I do is look at everything as a whole, because if you're extremely high in stress, because it can affect stress in a lot of ways, that's why we have the mindset piece in it, to be able to like walk through what the anxiety and where the stress is coming from, what limiting beliefs are you stuck in, because that can induce the stress, which creates the cortisol, which can create the hormones out of whack too. So there's a lot of things that go into it. So it's kind of a general question of just far as like hormones. I think to just give a generic response wouldn't do anyone service. I think it would have to be directly looked at and say, well, have you done blood tests? But have you done saliva tests? Have you even done your hair follicle tests? Have you been able to go through multiple doctors to find out which hormones are able to find your balance? Do you actually know your cycle while you're going through your perimenopause? Do you actually know where your balance of your hormones are so you can actually know yourself the best? Truly, because if you're putting your hands into or you're putting your hormones in everybody else's hands, at some point, they're not monitoring you every single day. And so knowing yourself the best and having the right education with the right knowledge of the hormones is the best way to go for that. So that would be my answer there. Any other questions that come up tonight? I'm trying to remember. I had some other questions come up earlier. Let me see if I had, let me think of them. Okay, here's a good one. Somebody had asked, they had been through counseling after counseling after counseling, and they still felt stuck in their life where they just felt like it's almost like they're trying to reach their goals, but it's like the book on the shelf that they just keep pushing back. It's like no matter what they do, they just keep pushing it back. And so the process we go through is called the loop, and being able to identify what are the common things. So when you find patterns in your life, you're able to then create the awareness of what the subconscious is cycling in and those patterns. And then you're able, from that awareness, be able to create a shift. And that shift can create fear, so we work through fear. So all sorts of different things as far as women, I'm sure you're not surprised, but a lot of women actually will hold on to weight as a form of protection. And so there's so many different facets of weight in general and what that means to every woman on an individual basis of why we've opened up the one-on-one. Oh, yes. As far as a winner for June, so we will actually probably do that on next week. So I apologize I didn't have it for this because we had the 4th of July and I was out of town. So stay tuned for next week's live, and I will be revealing the winners for the June challenge. And also the July challenge, you guys, will be starting on this Sunday. So put that on your calendar. Get ready for the calendars that will all be starting to reveal in the next couple of days. Okay? Awesome. Well, it was great having you guys. Welcome, welcome. If you're just joining Booty Bands and Barbells, awesome to have you here. If you have any questions, reach out to us, write a post, let us know what's going on with you so we can support you and help you to your goals, because there's no reason that any of us should struggle in trying to get to our goals. Okay? Awesome. All right, well, you guys have a great night. Thanks for jumping on, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.